Good morning. My name, as Jason or Reverend McKelly mentioned, is Bruce Howard, and I am the chair of the Y team here at First Presbyterian Church. But most importantly, I'm a parent of a youth here at this church. So of all the roles I have in my life, this morning I'm going to speak from a parent's point of view. I thought this morning I would start out by asking a few questions. So can anyone tell me who can pack 800 plus sack lunches for the sack lunch ministry in less than 30 minutes? Who gives up a week of their summer vacation to travel to Chattanooga to work on a widow's home that they have never met? Who gives up another week of their summer vacation to volunteer at VBS? Who dresses up like their favorite character from Duck Dynasty just so they can push a bed down 14th Street to raise money for Valley Interfaith Promise? And yes, of course, we had a lot of Uncle Si's that day, but we had a great time working to support a wonderful organization. Who are these people? Well, I am proud to say they are the youth of First Presbyterian Church, a group that I proudly serve. I think the intent this morning when I was asked to speak was for me to tell my story, but I'm going rogue. You see, this morning, I really want to focus on the stories that are still being written, stories that are still in development, stories that are in rough draft form. The stories of our youth that you have an important part in helping to shape the development of. How do all these youth events and more happen here at First Presbyterian Church? What is required to make the youth ministry here at this church work? First and foremost, it takes leadership. Leadership in so many areas. Financial stewardship provides an important element that is absolutely needed to allow our youth ministry to impact the youth's lives. Often I talk about the mission trip or the conference we attended or some other event when I talk about the youth. What often gets overlooked are the day-to-day things that happen because of stewardship. Because of your past leadership and stewardship, we are afforded the opportunity to have the wonderful Tom George work with our youth and share his love and passion for traditional worship music. And it is my opinion that he does an outstanding job with our youth choir. Also, because of your generous giving in the past, the youth are blessed to have Reverend McKelly leading them in their faith development. Our youth are blessed because of Reverend McKelly's involvement in the youth ministry and the relationship that he has formed with them. But to me, stewardship is much more than just about financial giving. That is a very important part, so I do not want to take away from that. But the youth program relies on people giving of their time and talent as well. Every Sunday, people give up their time to teach youth in Sunday school. Each Sunday evening, people give up their time to come and lead Sunday Night Live. Each Sunday, there are volunteers who cook the meal for Sunday Night Live. And then there are people who open up their homes, their pools, or their farms to the youth, people who take time to go on the mission trip or a youth conference. I could go on, but what I would really like to do is to thank everyone who graciously has given their time to teach and show our children how to be the hands and feet of Christ. As most of you know, a few months ago, June and I sent John off to college. What a stressful time that has been for us as parents as we sent John on his way to a life of more independence. But through that process of letting him go, I have been comforted by the fact that John has been guided by the seeds of faith planted in this church. I continue to hope and pray that those things that he learned and observed in this church and our youth program have taken root in his heart and will guide him to make good choices in the next phase of his life. Thank you for your generous giving that has so positively shaped John's story. What he has learned at First Presbyterian Church will guide him and continue to shape his story for the rest of his life. What a powerful gift you have given my son. But John's story is just one of many in our youth program that our youth program has helped to shape. And our work is not complete. Look around you this morning at the youth. They still need us to help shape their stories. And what does every good story need? Well, it needs a good, solid plot, a good foundation. I often hear people say that children are the future of our church, and I respectfully push back on that and say that the children are not the future of our church. They are our church today. Won't you join me this stewardship season in making it possible for their story to be written with a strong faith and good Christian values? I ask you this morning to prayerfully and deliberately consider how your giving can make a difference in the story of those youth who are sitting around you today and for the youth who are yet to come. May God continue to bless this church and all who enter her. Thank you.